Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Shalom. Hi everyone. In my pitch view pronosal, first of all, let us praise the presence of God, who has bestowed our pleasures for the health, the opportunities, and the happiness we feel today. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Juana Stefanie. I'm come from SMA NEGERI 1 KABUPATEN SORONG. Today, on this occasion, allow me to deliver a speech about challenge in adolescence. Adolescence is a period of transition from childhood to adult. At this time, the individual experiences various change, both physically and psychologically. The changes that are clearly visible are physical changes, where the body develops rapidly so that it reaches the shape of an adult's body, which is accompanied by the development of reproductive capacity. In addition, teenagers also change cognitively and begin to think abstractly like adults. In this period, adults can also begin to detach themselves emotionally from their parents in order to carry out their new social roles as adults. In addition to the changes that occur in adolescence, there are also changes in the environment such as the attitudes of parents or other family members, teachers, peers, and society in general. These conditions is a reaction to the growth of adolescents. Adolescents are required to be able to display behavior that is considered appropriate or appropriate for the people under them. The extent of change both inside and outside the needs of adolescents is increasing, especially their social needs and psychological needs. To meet the needs, adolescents expand their social environments outside the family environments, such as their peers and other community environments. Adolescence is a period where we are actually faced with many challenges and problems. In adolescence, all negative things are actually very close to us. Here we are required to be able to choose or what is good and what is bad for us. Never make the wrong choice, and do not be careless in making choices. In our youth, we will go through many temptations and lures that will only plunge us into very dangerous things. Socializing in adolescence is one part of journey as teenagers that we must always pay attention to it. Mistakes in choosing relationships will cause us to fall into negative things so that it can destroy our hopes as well as our future. One of them is that we will fall into promiscuity. Promiscuity is deviant behavior that is not in accordance with religious norms and teaching such as taking drugs, drinking alcohol, brawls, and having free sex. As teenagers, of course, we must realize that not all relationships are good. For that, we have to sort out the association, whether it is at school or in the community. We must be smart in choosing associations, because if we are not careful, we can fall into promiscuity. There are many causes for teenagers to in promiscuity. The main cause is the lack of grip and adolescents' life in religions, lack of attention in family, instability of emotional levels, internet abuse, and of course environmental conditions that do not support teenagers to develop in a better directions. The impact of promiscuity is also not kidding. We can experience mental disorders, health, even hindering education. Teenagers who fall into promiscuity will not think about what risks will be experienced in the long term because what they do is only to please themselves. For that, we almost choose good associates to avoid deviant behavior. Ways to prevent promiscuity include selectively choosing friends, taking a firm stance, increasing positive activities, remembering the message of parents, and getting closer to religions. First, we need to prevent promiscuity by increasing the foundation in religion's teachings through moral education. The young generation from an early age must be supported by the principle of faith and religion teachings, as well as the teaching of strong moral values and norms. Teenagers must also be educated to uphold human rights and Pancasila values in life. Everything can be started from simple things like respecting others, maintain environmental order, harmony, and so on. We have to be able to keep what we dream of. Let us continue to be strong and always remember the mission of our parents, that in the long journey to pursue our dreams ahead there will be many things that will make us tempted. Teenagers must always behave in a healthy manner. Teenagers should always behave in a healthy manner by avoiding associating with the wrong people. Not everything we see and over us is good for us. Practice a healthy lifestyle and way of thinking so we can continue to be on the right path. There are many things that can be playing us into a very bad condition, one of which is the wrong associations. How should we choose associating? How are the ethics that we must maintain in our associating? We also have to be able to limit ourselves in socializing, namely by distinguishing which ones are of bounds and which ones still look appropriate. Do not allow ourselves to be caught up in the cradle of delinquency, and do not make ourselves surrender to deviant behavior. Let us continue to open the eyes of our heart that not all of what we see deserves to be touched. As a good manner who is a hope for parents and the nations, let us continue to strive to avoid a series of problematic actions. Let us always give priority to a good way of getting along, because this is part of our initiatives to reach our dreams. Let us do introspection. Have we become good teenagers? Have we got along with good manners and ethics? I hope the few words I can convey on this occasion we will be able to provide benefits for teenagers, in particular the youth and women of the nation's hope. I hope that we as teenagers will become hope for our parents, are able to maintain morals and avoid negative things such as wrong in socializing. Getting the dreams that is covered is the right of each of us. That is all that I can say. Thank you for your attention.